Hi, this is Eric White. This is the continuation of a two-part screencast that shows how to get the IW demo virtual machine up and running. We're making some progress here. You can see that the team site came up here in IE. Still running this warm-up script though. I'm going to wait for that to finish. We're 15 minutes and 45 seconds into the process. And the warm-up script finished. We are now 17 minutes into the process. I'm going to close that window and reopen it. And now the team site is coming up quickly. Next thing that I often do is to start up central administration. And we can see that central administration is now running. It's normal when you first boot the SharePoint virtual machine that the SharePoint Health Analyzer will detect some critical issues that require your attention. I have to confess that to date I've never given them the attention that they deserve. At this point in time, the virtual machine is generally working good enough for the things that I need to do with it. I am going to close these windows, and often at this point in time I reboot the machine one more time. Now I've shut down and I've started central administration a couple of times. I've shut down and started the main browser window a couple of times. And now I'm going to start remote desktop connection. This is where it's important to have set up your internal network adapter properly. As you can see here, we are connecting to the virtual machine via that IP address. The next thing that I do before trying to connect with remote desktop connection is I go to the display tab and set this display tab all the way out to the right so that I'm using full screen. I will also go to local resources. I'll click this more button and I'll pick whichever hard drive I want to make available inside that virtual machine. This is the easiest way to get programs and installation files and what have you in and out of that virtual machine. You can choose a local hard drive that you can use in your remote session here. I have this internal hard drive called Big E, and that hard drive will then be available inside the virtual machine. It's important to note that that hard drive is made available via the remote desktop connection. If you are using the console to connect to the virtual machine, you can't use these same capabilities. That's why remote desktop connection is an important tool in how to work with these virtual machines. It's much more convenient for two different reasons, actually three different reasons. First of all, you can run in full screen mode. Second of all, you can connect in such a way that a local hard drive on the host operating system is available inside the virtual machine, which makes it easy to get data and programs in and out of the virtual machine. And finally, the clipboard works much better. You can copy information in the host operating system and paste it in the virtual machine and vice versa. The remote desktop connection program now asks me to enter my credentials for connecting to the virtual machine. Again, the password here is PASS@WORD1, and it will give me this error: the identity of the remote computer cannot be verified. Do you want to connect anyway? I'll tell it, don't ask me again for connections to this computer, and click yes. Again, it gives me this EULA agreement screen, and I click OK. And now we're operating in that virtual machine, and we're operating in full screen mode. So here we can see central admin. You can close that down. Here we can see our SharePoint site. I can go in, look at shared documents. Just to show you, if we go back to this console, you'll see that this console was automatically logged out because you can't be connected to the virtual machine using both the console and remote desktop connection. I now, at this point in time, can close the console, and I only use the remote desktop connection to connect to the virtual machine. Now things are operating pretty much the way we want them to. I'll be posting other videos where I'll start with this virtual machine in this specific state to do certain operations. In other words, immediately after booting the virtual machine, getting everything JITted, letting the operating system get everything cached and get happy, as it were. Well, that's the end of these videos on getting this IW demo virtual machine working. Thanks for watching.